Hey guys, Dr. J here. In this episode we'll start the Minerva's Den DLC. This is actually the second single-player DLC, but as it is the only one that actually has a plot, I decided to start with it since we've just finished the main game. In order to start the Minerva's Den DLC, we need to go to Extras, play downloaded content and choose Minerva's Den. Now keep in mind that there's actually a bonus gene tonic you can acquire in Minerva's Den if you have completed all Protector trials. It is not required for the full completion of this DLC and I did not use it, but it's something that may make your playthrough a bit easier. Okay, so let's start Minerva's Den. Difficulty is irrelevant as far as achievements are concerned, but we'll be choosing hard as usual. Overall, this DLC is even easier than the main game. Just a bit of trivia. Minerva is the Roman goddess of wisdom, justice, law, and the sponsor of all arts. This is a very intellectual DLC. "1968. So this is about the same time the events of the main game took place. The titular Minerva's Den. Are we playing as a Big Daddy again, or just using a diving suit? I'm getting deja vu from the ending sequence of the main game. Did we die? Great, an unspecified amount of time later. Well, it looks like we're still alive. Yeah, we're definitely playing as a Big Daddy again. And judging by the letter of his gloves, we're probably called Sigma. We still don't have an arrow guiding us, so let's look around and see if we can figure out where we need to go. This looks to be the only path.
Hello, Mr. Sigma? Can you hear me? The name's Porter. Charles Milton Porter. Doc Tenenbaum tells me you're here to help us get the Thinker out of Rapture. It's not going to be easy, but nothing worth doing ever is. You should be able to get inside through an airlock.
Tenenbaum again. And we have a new character, CM Porter. Now the big question, part of our identity, is who's that Thinker? Is it a person? Or maybe a machine? Well, at least we got the guiding arrow back. This should make it easier to find the entrance to Minerva's Den. The path looks pretty straightforward. Seems like there are quite a few more Adam slugs than before. There is no achievement related to them though. I would still like to explore the ocean floor and find as much as possible of them as I can. It's just a minuscule amount of Adam, but especially in the beginning, we'll probably need it. Here's another one. Can we just jump? Yes we can. I wasn't expecting us to be able to jump so high. Okay, I see another Adam slug on that pillar in front of us. Nice, we already have 40 Adam. Let's go back on the staircase and see where it will lead us. Looks like this airlock is the entrance to Minerva's Den. Let's cycle it and see what happens next.
Minerva's Den has been cut off from the rest of Rapture for some time, but not cut off from splicing. Don't let your guard down. The den's gone dark, but if you can reset the local power relay, I'll be able to get the juice flowing from here.
So our first goal would be to reset the power relay. But how do we do that? Right in front of us is the first audio diary of the level. Let's pick it up and see if there aren't any clues there.
Mr. Porter, let me be the first to congratulate you on the founding of Rapture Central Computing. The great chain only grows stronger with each pair of hands laid upon it. I trust that you and I will choose to pull Rapture in the same direction.
Okay, so this answers the question who CM Porter is. By the way, there are no achievements related to collecting audio diaries, but of course we will collect all of them. That's pretty much the only way to learn what happened here. Quite a lot of graffiti again, but these are distinctly different than the ones written by Lamb's cultists. For one, it seems it's mostly mathematical formulae. I wonder if the Sigma included in some of them has anything to do with us.
What steps into Minerva's den? Porter's newest toy? He wants to tinker for himself. But you see, old friend, the machine has chosen me.
Okay, so the Thinker is a machine after all. I'm only concerned about what he said about us being Porter's toy. He did ask us to take the Thinker out of Minerva's den. And obviously that guy knows Porter. I mean, us being used by someone has kind of become the theme in this franchise.
Reed Wall. He and I founded Rapture Central Computing together, but the greedy bastard pushed me out years ago. The Splicers, the security. He pulls the strings in Minerva's den now.
Okay, well, I still don't have a reason to doubt Porter's words. By the way, that statue in the middle is called the Thinker, and was made by Rodin. Obviously, there must be some kind of a connection between it and the machine we need to take out of here. I didn't say anything about the Splicers we just killed, but that's because there's not much to say. They're just the same old thuggy Splicers. There's a vending machine here, but it looks like we can't use it before we restore power to this place. And there's an Eve hypo here we can grab. I see something shining up these stairs. What is this? A new kind of weapon, perhaps? Indeed, this is called the Ion Laser. I'll talk more about it after we restore power. Before we do that, however, let's finish exploring this place. Looks like someone wrote traitor on Porter's portrait. Seems like Reed Woe really doesn't like him. I wonder what happened. According to Porter, it was Woe that has betrayed him. I guess we'll find out sooner or later. Now let's go and flip the switch and restore the power.
Look at you, Sigma. You think that Porter is your ally, but the Thinker knows better. The Thinker knows.
Oh, I really like this weapon. It's super OP.
The power is rerouted. That should tip things in our favor. Head up to my office in the executive wing. I've got something you'll need. Hurry now.
To be honest, I didn't expect to see Spider Splicers appearing so early in the DLC. Oh, there's another audio diary here?
Porter and I are partners, but he's wasting that machine. In off hours, I've been using it to predict the outcomes of baseball games, and it is incredibly accurate. Apply such equations to Rapture's markets. This thing is the money-making grail. But Porter, I have heard him feeding at recordings of his dead wife. The fool wants to turn the Thinker into a person. I could not imagine a sadder fate for such a perfect machine.
Okay, so the Thinker is basically a super powerful computer. Considering the year, it should still be something quite enormous. How are we expected to transport it from Rapture? I guess we'll figure something out. Let's hack this health station now. I think we're done here. We've hacked all of the machines and picked up all of the supplies. Let's go to Porter's office now. Looks like there is a security camera here and a tonic. Interesting. So the second plasmid we're getting is the security command. This probably means there are quite a few security systems in this DLC. And since we don't have a hack tool yet, it will be difficult to deal with them without this plasmid. It would still be a little bit more difficult to use than the hack tool though. Anyway, let's go ahead and hack the camera. Fortunately, it does not require neither the plasmid nor the hack tool. Let's try going through this door now. Okay, so here's a machine gun turret. We'll need to use the plasmid in order to distract it so we can hack it. We're pretty much using the security command as we would a decoy. The tonic we just picked up is the sports boost. This is the only tonic we currently have, so we will obviously be using it, but it's a good tonic nonetheless.
Mr. Ryan hired me to build a computer that could keep an entire city running on time. The Rapture Operational Data Interpreter Network. Folks call it the Thinker for short. We've harnessed the power of Atom even in this, allowing the mainframe to process data at the speed of thought. In other words, it thinks for us. Yes. And with the completion of the independent reasoning processor, it may finally think for itself. If Turing could see me now.
Rapture Operational Data Interpreter Network, RODEN for short. And it's nicknamed the Thinker. Clever. There's a vacuum bot over there.
Those vacuum bots sucked up all sorts of things before they went on the fritz. Crack one open, and you might find something you can use.
Vacuum bots always contain an item, sometimes even tonics. But more importantly, we need to destroy all 10 of them for the garbage collection achievement. Wow, there's actually a rocket security bot in Minerva's den. These guys certainly have the most advanced toys in Rapture. Unfortunately, the Splicer who was controlling it hid behind a column, so I took quite a lot of damage from the security bot. But now we can hack it and get ourselves a very powerful bodyguard. Looks like Porter's offices are straight ahead. We can also go to the corporate offices, but let's leave that for later. Another circus of values on our left. It didn't drop anything useful, unfortunately. Okay, we've reached his office.
That damn door on the fritz again? Somebody around here must have had one of those maintenance tools. I checked the machine room here in the executive wing.
So now we have to find a hack tool in order to continue. This entire DLC is designed a bit like a Metroidvania game.
The Thinker has shown me so much. My outlook was limited before. Ball games and stock prices, dollars and cents. No, the numbers spiral out. They touch everything. Hidden within them lies a predictive algorithm for you, for me, for the destiny of the base allele to the stretch of a galaxy's arm. The Thinker is destined to give birth to that crystalline equation, which determines all. I thought I knew its true purpose before. I thought Porter was the fool. Now I see. I was the fool all along.
That hack tool should come in handy. Head back up to my office.
So yeah, as I was saying, we need to find certain tools in order to continue through obstacles we encounter fairly early on. The hack tool is the first such ability, let's call it. We've also picked up the Hacker's Delight tonic. Just like the sports boost, it's useful to have and we don't really have anything else to use.
Minerva's den is mine. You think you can hack your way to the Thinker? You're welcome to try.
I'm not only going to try, Reed. Can we get one more hack dart before going back to Porter's office? Indeed we can. I guess they have an infinite amount of them, so we can always come back here and get some for free. Okay, let's return to Porter's office now. There are probably going to be new Splicers spawned. Yep, there they are. Is that an Electrobolt security bot? How awesome is that? Let's try forcing him to attack his master. It's working brilliantly. Now let's go and hack it. This is going to be one extremely useful bot. Mainly because it will stun the Splicers and make it easier for me to kill them. Now, are there going to be any more newly spawned Splicers? Doesn't look like it. Let's go ahead and hack the door controls. And we're in. Now, what was it we were supposed to do in Porter's office? I can't really remember, but I guess the guiding arrow will lead us there anyway. Okay, so first we have to go through this corridor before entering Porter's office, I guess.
Wall splicers haven't gotten into my office thanks to the Thinker's security. I'm giving you top-level access now. All right? Beginning scan.
Scanning. Designation. Sigma. Please, come in.
Sorry I can't be there to meet you in person. You've seen the state of the den these days. It's the Thinker that's important now, though. I need you to get to the computer core and print a hard copy of the Thinker's machine code. Core access is in operations. There's an Ops access punch card hidden in the compartment under my desk there. Grab the card and head for Ops. That first year in London working for Turing, I didn't see Pearl much. Spent all day and night in a government compound, building a computer to crack the Enigma machine. Pearl got pretty fed up with me. I didn't pay her heed. And then one night, I'm out in that complex, and the blitz starts falling. Next morning I came home to find nothing but ashes where I last saw her. Nothing but ashes.
Porter's time is done, friend. And now you collude with this traitor to steal the Thinker away from me? Sigma.
Thinker,
must be removed
deploy
from
office
the equation.
defenses.
Not only do they have new kinds of security bots here, they also have upgraded splicers as well. This is like a fire-enchanted brute splicer.
Wall. He was a brilliant engineer. We saw eye to eye once, long ago, but the splicing made him paranoid, delusional. He'd murder us both to keep the Thinker here.
Okay, so let's recap what we've learned so far. We don't need to actually transport the Thinker out of here. We just need the source code. This should make it quite a bit easier. But that begs the question, why is Wall so worried about it? He'll still have a fully working copy of it. We've also learned a few things about Porter. He was working with Turing. Explains why he's so knowledgeable about computer technology. Also, the reason he came to Rapture in the first place is probably because of his wife's death. Nice! We get the spear gun as our second
Thinker's
weapon!
perfect equation has predicted your every move, Sigma. It knew you would be here. It knows where you will be next. And it knows that you will fail.
Wall's become obsessed with perfecting his predictive equation. The Thinker can do plenty, but tell the future? No. The splicing drove him mad. Wall can rot here in Rapture for all I care. We'll make a copy of the Thinker and return it to the land of the living.
Okay, so I am extremely pleased with my 3 consecutive headshots. This is mainly because the spear gun we picked up is already fully upgraded. There are no upgrade stations in this DLC, so occasionally we'll find upgraded weapons just laying around. Well, since we're here anyways, let's explore the rest of the corporate offices. I think we're done with this floor, so let's go downstairs, after we buy some spear ammo and laser cells. There's a rocket turret at the bottom of the stairs, but we've already hacked it. And this is one of the splicers we managed to headshot. What else do we have here? Nothing much so far. Oh, the thermal cells ammo. This is an alternate ammo for the ion laser. When we use it, we'll be setting the enemies on fire. Obviously, this is not going to work on the new kind of brute splicers we've encountered, since they are immune to fire. And we just saw a laser security bot. It is the least useful of the new types of security bots. And here we have another audio diary.
Atom is a predatory substance. After exposure, a constant supply is required to maintain its effects. Otherwise, the user deteriorates into madness. My plasmid, which releases the little ones from their servitude, is promising, but limited. It only works on the children with the slugs in their bellies. On an adult splicer or Big Daddy, you will see rejection effect. Undesirable. But If the deterioration of mind and body were reversible, if Adam's sickness could be cured, then its predatory nature would be no more.
Wow, so Tenenbaum found a way to cure Adam addiction? Or at least she has some clue about how to do it. And by the sound of it, she needs the Thinker's help for that. Right, I think we're done with the corporate offices. It's time to go back to the hall with the Thinker statue. But it looks like first we'll have to deal with a few Splicers. Does every Splicer here have a security bot with him? Not that I'm complaining, this simply means I'll never run out of security bots, but still. Are there any more upstairs? Yeah, there's another Lighthead Splicer with a security bot. I think we've killed all of the newly spawned Splicers now. We had to go through the lounge to get back to the main hall, right? Well, this is an interesting door. This is another example of the Metroidvania style of this level. We'll need to obtain a new kind of plasmid to get past that door. Finally, we have some Splicers that are not controlling security bots. Let's hack this camera now. And it looks like we haven't actually been to the lounge. But that's okay. We can use this opportunity to explore it now. Some spear ammo stuck on the window. I'm not sure if it's not going to break if we pull it out. And there are still more Splicers coming? I wonder, is WoW controlling them with pheromones like how Ryan used to do it? I mean, with Lamb they were willingly following her orders since she basically brainwashed them. WoW, however, is unlikely to have these kinds of powers of persuasion. So why are they dying for him? Anyways, there's another room we could search before returning back to the main hall. Of course there's a Splicer here, but is it the only one? Ah, there's a turret as well. Good. Let's see if there's anything interesting here now. Well, obviously there was another Splicer here and the turret just engaged him. Why did he attack us instead of the turret? Whatever, let's search this place. Just some supplies so far. This room looks promising. Let's try the lockers first. Ah, there's an Adam slug in the jar. And there's a safe here as well. Well, at least it wasn't a total waste of time. And of course more Splicers have spawned. This time it's even a spider Splicer. Okay, actually two spider Splicers. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention there's no research mechanic in this DLC, which I find very welcome, to be honest. I was never a huge fan of the research camera. While it was less annoying in Bioshock 2, it was still annoying. Okay, we finally returned to the main hall. I guess it's time for our first Big Daddy fight in this DLC, and with a new kind of Big Daddy no
Rapture
less.
is the most technically advanced Big Daddy that Rapture ever produced. Now it stands between you and the Little Sisters. And if there's anywhere that you'll need Adam to get by, it's Minerva's Den.
Can I pick up the gas canister, please? This is so annoying. Whatever, I don't need it anyway. We'll just kill him the old-fashioned way. Thankfully, we got some rocket spear ammo. The Lancer-type Big Daddies are kinda tough. Not only do they have a lot of health, but their ion laser can melt us really quickly. And this is their special ability. Once he tries using his flash, we need to look away from him, otherwise we'll get blinded. He's almost dead, but if it was not for our sentry bots, we would have lost a lot more health.
Subject Sigma rises above the pack, A futile gesture before the all-knowing thinker.
The mechanic of Little Sisters harvesting Adam is exactly the same as in the main game. And there's even a body that we can start harvesting from right here.
Do what you will with the girls. Twist your body with Adam. The Tinker's perfect equation accounts for all possibilities.
Unfortunately, we still don't have the decoy plasmid, so protecting the little sister from Splicers is not gonna be easy. Maybe we should have gone back and hacked some of the leftover sentry bots from all the Splicers we've killed. I mean, I'm sure we'll be able to manage without them, but it would have made things easier. At least they're not swarming us with Splicers. Nice, a headshot? How was that not a headshot again? That's better. We're about 2/3 of the way done. Of course a spider splicer is going to attack us when we need to reload. Okay, that was a lucky headshot. And now I'm just trolling. Seriously? We have a blue splicer in our first harvesting session? How are we supposed to deal with him? I have no way of reliably headshotting him. Let's try the ion laser. Yeah, that's not much better. Seriously, how do we kill him? I've lost more health than in the fight against the Big Daddy. I mean, we won't die, there's a circus of values right here, but still. Okay, he went for the health station. Phew. Thank God I hacked it. Well, it was quite the mess, but at least we finished our first harvesting session. For the next one we should really prepare some sentry bots or at least some militaries if we don't have the decoy plasmid by then. Let's go pick up our little sister. Let's finish looting the corpses and then go buy some spear ammo, since we're almost out of it. We still don't have that much money, otherwise I'd have bought some rocket spear ammo as well. Okay, we can continue to operations now. Was that a spider splicer? Where did he go? Dude, how did you get stuck there? Probably something happened while we were harvesting. Anyways, we were on our way to operations. This is another one of those new types of doors.
The maglock door's still active. It's regulated by the resistors plugged into that relay. If you can find a way to yank them out, magnets fail, doors open. There's a plasmid that could do the job. They called it Gravity Well. According to the Thinker's records, the airtight archives warehouse supervisor had a shot of Gravity Well on hand. Getting into the archives warehouse, that'll be the fun part. The door to the archives is shorted out. I'd check the McClendon Robotics workshops for a shot of Electrobolt.
Well, this is it for today's episode. Thank you for spending your time with me, and if you have enjoyed it, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. It will really help me a lot. Also, if you have any comments or suggestions, I would love to hear from you. Take care, and until next time.